humans, animals, trees, plants, fungi, water, sunlight, rocks, dirt, and air. Living and non-living things that refers to the variety of life on Earth and encompasses all the living things that exist in a certain area, in the air, on land, or in water. Plants, animals, microorganisms, and fungi. The area considered may be as small as your backyard compost heap or as big as our whole planet. Animals and plants don't exist in isolation. All living things are connected to other living things and to their non-living environments such as earth forms, rocks, and rivers. If one tiny species in an ecosystem becomes extinct, we may not notice or think it's important, but the biodiversity of that ecosystem will be altered and all the ecosystems that the species belong to will be affected.
It is the variety of life on Earth, in all its forms and all its interactions. If that sounds bewilderingly broad, that's because it is.
Biodiversity is the most complex feature of our planet, and it is the most vital. Without biodiversity,
Without biodiversity,
without biodiversity,
there is no future for humanity.
the term biodiversity or biological diversity refers to the variety of life on Earth at its all levels, from genes to ecosystems, and can encompass the evolutionary, ecological, and cultural processes that sustain life.
Biodiversity includes not only species we consider rare, threatened, or endangered, but also every living thing. From humans to organisms we know little about, such as microbes, fungi, and invertebrates.
At the Center for Biodiversity and Conservation, we include the humans and human cultural diversity as a part of biodiversity. We use the term biocultural to describe the dynamic, continually evolving, and interconnected nature of people and place, and the notion that social and biological dimensions are interrelated.
This concept recognizes that humans use knowledge and beliefs influenced by the ecological systems of which human communities are a part. This relationship makes all of biodiversity, including the species, land, and seascapes, and the cultural links to the places where we live, be right where we are or in the distant lands, important to our well-being as they all play a role in maintaining a diverse and a healthy planet.
Biodiversity is important to most aspects of our lives. We value biodiversity for many reasons, some utilitarian, some intrinsic. This means we value biodiversity both for what it provides to humans and for the value it has in its own right.
Utilitarian values include the many basic needs humans obtain from biodiversity, such as food, fuel, shelter, and medicine. Further, ecosystems provide crucial services such as pollination, seed dispersal, climate regulation, water purification, nutrient cycling, and control of agricultural pests.
Biodiversity also holds value for potential benefits not yet recognized, such as new medicines and other possible unknown services. Biodiversity has cultural value to humans as well, for spiritual or religious reasons, for instance.
The intrinsic value of biodiversity refers to its inherent worth, which is the independent of its value to anyone or anything else. This is more of a philosophical concept, which can be thought of as inalienable right to exist. Finally, the value of biodiversity can also be understood through the lens of the relationships we form and strive for with each other and the rest of nature. We may value biodiversity because of how it shapes who we are, our relationships to each other, and social norms. These relational values are part of people's individual or collective sense of well-being, responsibility for, and connection with the environment. The different values placed on biodiversity are important because they can influence the conservation decisions people make every day. At this point, we will roam around, find some people, and ask them about their perspective in biodiversity. Excuse me, sir, pwede sa ako kapangutana?
Sige ma'am.
Para sa imo, unsay makadaot sa atong environment?
Para sa ako is ang pinaka makadaot yun sa environment is pagputulog kahoy, especially yun ang pagtukod ng mga buildings kay syempre kailangan ka magputol og mga kahoy or kailangan ka maglimpyo og sa area para sa makapakatukod kag building.
So, para sa imo, unsa man ang imong solusyon ana nga problema?
So para sa ako dili magid malikayan ang magtukod ng building, so kailangan lang nato i-preserve ang nato environment. Kung magputol man tag kahoy is kailangan tamna nato balik para kapuli atong giputol nato nga una kahoy.
So, kuya, nami pangutana kung unsa imong makita nga problema sa atong environment karon.
Lagi mga supin lagi sige asa mo.
So mga cellophane. So, unsa kay pwede nato i-propose nga solution para ma-lessen ang cellophane sa environment?
Sa mata kita siguro ito di na ito.
So,
Naglabay.
kinahanglan gid bitaw ni sige na karon kay daghang di ko pa nakaglabay bisag na yung mga basurahan. So, salamat iya sa imong suggestion.
Let's promote biodiversity.
Let's promote biodiversity. Let's promote biodiversity.
Let's promote biodiversity.
Together, let's promote biodiversity.